Somebody shut those windows. All right. I mentioned this already. Some of the varsity guys already heard me say this, but this is Coach Downey. He was at Herscher for a few years. Now he's a head strength weight training coach at BBCHS, and does a great job over there. He's been an assistant there for a while. Now he's a head guy, and just check out what he's got to say. Make you better athletes. Okay, that's really what it's all about here. And so he's got a lot to do here. Then we'll go in the weight room and do some things, and this will be on huddle if you see something that you aren't sure about, because he's going to go over a lot. It'll be information overload a little bit. That's okay. That's how you learn. So, Coach Sawyer's, hey, let's give him a hand.
All right. Thanks, Coach Olson. This is the first time I've done anything like this, guys. So my plan is simple. I'm going to talk to you for about 20 minutes. Okay, I was a high school boy at one point. I know your attention spans are that of a squirrel. Okay, so I'm not going to talk too long. Okay, because I want to keep your attention. Okay, we're going to go do some movement stuff in the middle, and then we'll wrap up in here when we're done. Okay, so like I said, my name's Coach Downey. I'm local. I'm from Bradley-Bourbonnais. I grew up there. I went to school there a while ago. After that, I got my bachelor's degree in kinesiology at the University of Illinois. Once I came back, I got on Herscher High School for 3 years, and then I've been over at Bradley-Bourbonnais the last 5. I've coached athletic performance since I've started. It's one thing that is near and dear to my heart, so I'm excited to just educate you guys a little bit on strength training, okay, why strength training, some things you should be doing, and then how to optimize your training to keep you healthy and to optimize your performance, because that's what we all want to do, right? We all want to win, okay? We want to play the best that we can, okay? So that was just a little background for me. Sorry we started a little late. The babysitter I got for my kids just locked herself out of my house, so that's why I started a little late. So I wasn't just a strength coach either. I've coached many sports. I coached basketball, I've coached football, I've coached baseball. I played a year of football at the University of Illinois, and I stayed on with them, but I'm not a football guy, okay? And I think that's kind of a misconception that the weight room gets, that if you're in the weight room, okay, it's football stuff. But I'm not a football guy, okay? I'm a strength guy, strength conditioning guy, and a movement guy. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about kind of what our program does. Okay, your program might be a little bit different, but that's okay. So I'm just going to give you some general things, and hopefully it's not information overload. If you guys have questions during this, raise your hand, guys. Okay, all right. I'm here to answer any questions you got, because there's a lot of information out there, a lot of misinformation out there as well. Okay, so overview. Okay, we're talking about how strength training helps optimize performance and mitigate injury. Okay, what's mitigate mean? Anyone know what mitigate means? What? Prevent, okay? I wish there was a way we could prevent all injuries, okay? Not possible, all right? If there was a magic recipe to prevent injuries, everyone would be using it. Okay, but mitigate means lower the risk, okay? Lower the risk of injuries. I'm going to give you some basic movements in strength training that are quote-unquote basketball specific, but to be honest with you, in strength training, there's no movement that's sport specific, okay? There's no such thing as a football squat or a soccer squat. A squat is a squat. Okay, and the benefits from the squat help all athletes. That's what we try to do at Bradley. I work with every sports team that we have. I work with our cheer and our dance team. I work with our bowling team. I work with our tennis team. I work with basketball, football, you name it, I work with them. Okay, so we try to optimize all of our athletes. We make our student athletes better athletes. And then the last one I'm going to talk about, if we have time, nutrition, recovery, and sleep, which those things get overlooked a lot. And how those can help you in your role and performance. So I actually just got back from Nashville, Tennessee. That's where the High School Strength Conditioning Association convention was. So I just spent 3 days there learning from the best coaches in the country. Got to hear Bobby Stroop talk, who he trains Patrick Mahomes. So a lot of really good stuff. I got information overload there. So we're talking about sports performance. The first thing you look at is the demands of your sport. The demands of your sport on your body. Okay? So what we look at the energy systems that are used. Okay, so for basketball is it's a power sport, okay, it's a mix of aerobic and anaerobic, okay? So aerobic means that you're using oxygen as you play, okay? Anaerobic means short, fast bursts of high intensity. Okay, you guys get what I'm saying? Okay? All right, that's what basketball is. So, if you want to optimize your basketball performance, you got to train how you play. Okay? If you train slow all the time, okay, you're going to play slow most of the time. Okay? So when you train, you have to train movements, okay, that go with those energy systems and what you do in basketball. You look at the movements of the sport. Okay? When you play basketball, how often you're on 2 feet? What? All the time? So you're all the time you're on 2 feet? Right? Okay, when you're running, you're on 1 or 2 feet. Right? Okay, I'm not trying to make it anyone look dumb here, guys. There's no wrong answers here, okay? Alright, but basketball combination, 2 feet, 1 foot. Right? So when you do strength training, okay, you want to train on 2 feet, you want to train on 1. Okay? Alright? The next thing we look at player load. Okay, so when I talk about that, I mean in-season training versus out-of-season training. Okay? When you're out of season, okay, that's the time to work on your physical attributes. Okay? That's the time that you want to work on your muscle growth, work on your strength, work on your explosiveness. When you get in season, okay, the technical part of the sport, the tactical part of the sport, X's and O's, skill work, okay, that stuff is going to take precedent when you're in season. So that's kind of how we set up our program. Okay? Alright, so that was the third slide there. Okay? The next one, strength training, there's a lot of science involved. Okay, so what we look at is multi-planar movement. Okay, so there's 3 types of planes: sagittal, frontal, transverse plane. Okay, sagittal plane. If you can pretend right now, okay, there's a line that's cutting you in half. Okay, if you cross over the plane, you're not in the plane. Okay, so the sagittal plane, when you move in the sagittal plane, okay, that's movements that are forward and backwards, up and down. Okay, how often are you in those in basketball? A lot, right? Yes. Okay, so most movement, most sport happens in the sagittal plane. Okay, so most of our training is in the sagittal plane. Frontal plane. Okay, so now instead of splitting this way, okay, you're splitting your body here. Okay, so now anything lateral movement, side to side movement. Okay, how often do you side to side in basketball? A lot, right? Okay, so we got sagittal and frontal. So those are movements that we need to train. Okay, all right. The last one's transverse. Okay, the transverse plane. Okay, then you got an axis going, splitting right down your body, okay, and it's rotating. Okay, so anything twisting, turning, okay, that's the transverse plane. Okay, how often do you do that in basketball? Okay, a lot. Trying to rip the ball away, okay, all right, keeping the ball away from somebody, all right, there's a lot of twists involved, okay, all right, so the movements that we put into our program, okay, they're all simple movements. Okay, but once you get the movements down, okay, then we work on loading those movements. The movements are a push and a pull. Okay, so we got horizontal push, horizontal pull. Okay, vertical push, vertical pull. All right, so those are our upper body movements that we work. Okay, all right, the next one are hinges. Okay, so when you think hinge, okay, doors have hinges, right? Okay, something that closes, something that opens. Okay, so we work a knee hinge. Okay, knee hinge. Okay, your knee closes, your knee opens. What movement is that? Squat. That's a squat, right? Okay, so we work knee hinge. Okay, hip hinge. All right, so now we're hinging at the hip. Okay, so now we hinge here, close, and open. Okay, all right, so that's the other hinge that will work. Okay, the other movements: jumps, throws, and sprints. Okay, jump, throw, sprint. All right, all of this stuff, guys, is applying force. Okay, all right, so if you want to apply the most force, what movement do you think applies the most force? Okay, of any movement in training. Okay, talk to the person next to you. What do you think? What movement applies the most force? Go. Talk to them. 30 seconds. Talk. You gotta talk to your partners. You gotta talk. You gotta talk. You gotta talk.
I'm the next person to you, Lucas.
All right. What do we think? Squat. What do you think? You think squat? Who else thinks squat? Raise your hand. Squat produces the most force. What else? What other movements you guys know? It's a bigger question.
Deadlift.
Deadlift. Okay. What else you got? What?
Bench.
Bench. Okay. What else you got? You guys ever gonna clean?
Yeah.
Okay. Here. Clean.
I didn't think about that.
Okay. I didn't think about clean, right? Okay. Anytime we think about lifting, you guys think bench, squat, deadlift, right? Those are the big 3. Okay. Those are the ones that always get measured, right? Okay. All right, clean. Now, here's the thing, okay? None of those are correct, okay? When you apply the most force you'll ever apply is 100% maximal sprint. Sprinting applies the most force, okay? We sprint 2 times a week. We train max top speed 2 times a week at Bradley, okay? Now, that doesn't mean we're running 40-yard dashes, 50-yard dashes, 100-yard dashes, okay? Our sprints are anywhere from 10 yards to 30 yards, max, okay? All right, because that is how long the body can maintain, okay, a maximal sprint, okay? All right, so, okay, it's a really, really important movement, okay? All right, so thanks for playing along there, guys. This next slide, guys, I took right from the NBA Combine, okay? So, guys that want to go into the NBA, okay, the strength training test that they use, okay, vertical jump, all right? Everyone knows that one, okay? You all want to jump higher, right? Okay, vertical jump, all right? The one that we use, okay, that we've seen that correlates to vertical jump is squat. If you want to jump higher, okay, squat is the movement for you, okay? All right, what we've seen with our athletes, with our basketball players, and with basketball, baseball, and football, okay, if the guys that can squat 1.5 times their body weight, okay, as their 1 rep max, you guys do 1 rep maxes here?
Mm-hmm.
You guys 1 rep? Okay. So at Bradley, we don't do actual 1 rep maxes. We do 3 rep maxes. There's nothing wrong with 1 rep maxes, okay? It's just what we use, okay? So our estimated 1 rep max, okay, they do a set of 3, and then we estimate that based on their set of 3, okay? But what we've seen is, with the 1 rep max, is if they're at 1.7 times their body weight, they run faster, they jump higher, okay? And that's 100% of the time, okay? That's just the data that we've seen, okay? All right, so squat directly correlates with your jumps, okay? It directly correlates with your power, with your speed as well, okay? They do a bench test, okay? All right, their bench test is 185, okay? As many reps as they can get, okay? So 185 pounds, as many reps as they can get, all right? Okay, now bench press is important for pushes, okay? But again, guys, this is not the end all, okay? Is training important? Yes, I love strength training, okay? There's definitely benefits to it. Okay, but what we want to do is we want to take what you're doing in the weight room and it to carry over to the court. Okay, because if you're a guy that can lift, that can squat 600 pounds, okay, but you can't move it all on the court, does that do you any good? No. Okay, and I've seen guys that can squat a ton, they can deadlift a house, okay, but they couldn't play a lick. All right, so we want to make sure we're training explosive movements too. The other one they use is chin-ups. Okay, chin-ups for upper body strength. They'll do a chin-up test. COD is change of direction, okay? You guys get a lot of change of direction in practice, I'm assuming, right? Change of direction all the time, right? Okay, it's not just A to B, okay? It's how quickly can you move back and forth. Okay, and the last one they use is 3/4 court sprint. So how fast can you get down 3/4 of the court? Okay? So, like when I train our basketball guys, these are the things that I keep in mind, okay? These are the things that I track. Okay, so I track their vertical, I track their squat, bench, chin-ups. Okay, we do our change of direction, we'll time our change of direction. Okay, so if you want to know if you're getting better at things, you have to track it. All right, if you don't track it, you just kind of go into your workout like, hey, I think I'm just going to throw 135 on today. Okay, you're not getting anything out of that. Okay, because consistency really is the key. All right, okay, so basic strength training. Okay, we are about movement first. Okay, if you guys want to look at this when I'm done, or if you want to pass this around, you can. Okay, this is our mantra, okay, at BBCHS. So everybody that comes through, right now we have anyone from 6th grade to 12th grade comes through our weight room 3 times a week over the summer. Okay, so our 6th graders, okay, 6th graders, incoming freshmen, they start in the movement phase. Okay, if you cannot move well, there's no point in loading that movement. Okay, that's going to harm you more than it's going to hurt you. Okay. All right, so we start with movement. Once we have the movements down, okay, then we start to build that strength. Okay, so we start to load the movements, whether it's with a barbell, with a kettlebell, with a dumbbell, it doesn't really matter. Okay, that's when we start to load it. Okay, then we get into power. Okay, once we have a base, a foundation, okay, of strength, then you want to get into your power movements. Okay, all right, that's our Olympic movements. So clean. Okay, you guys know what snatch is? You ever seen a snatch? Okay, we do snatch as well. Not a lot of people like snatch for high school. Okay, we do. but again, there's a lot of different mantras, a lot of different philosophies, okay? But any type of Olympic movement, so clean or snatch, okay? We also measure the counter movement jump, which is the vertical, okay? And then speed, okay? Speed, once you have your power, okay? Speed comes from power, all right? And then our capacity, okay? Then that's just building up volume, okay? Being able to do it consistently over and over, okay? All right, so that's kind of our mantra there, okay? So we're movement first, okay? Being able to hold movements, okay? When you hold movements, guys, there's so much benefit to just holding a movement, okay? When you're not necessarily doing much work as far as moving, okay? But if you're holding this position, guys, okay, you're doing so much in your body, okay, that your body's going to adapt to if you do these movements consistently. Okay, I'll go into that a little bit more here in a little bit. Okay, all right. Once you load the movement, okay, when you have heavy weight on, you're going to move slow or fast. Slow. Okay, you want to move heavy weights slow. Okay, heavy weights slow. All right. What that does for your tendon health, okay, and with your muscles, okay, is leaps and bounds. Okay, leaps and bounds better, okay, than going fast, fast, fast to start. Okay? Then you want to move lightweight fast. Okay, so once we build that foundation, we move lightweight fast. Okay, so we go in season, guys, we lift 2 times in season with all of our athletes. Okay, so in the winter season in basketball, okay, we lift 2 times heavy, okay, and then we'll do 1 game day lift. Okay, so if they have a game that day, we'll go basically 2 sets of everything. Really light, really fast, getting them activated, getting them primed, okay, get them ready to compete, okay, at the best of their ability. All right? And then, again, sprinting, okay? All right, I'm a big advocate for sprinting, all right? There's so much benefits to sprinting, okay? But when you strength train, okay, those of you guys that lift on your own, okay, how many sets and reps do you guys like to do? Like, how many reps? You guys do a lot of 10s?
5 and 8.
8 to 10? 8 to 10? Okay? All right, when it comes to strength training, 8 to 10 reps, okay, you're in the hypertrophy phase there. Okay, now what hypertrophy means is muscle growth. Okay? All right, and when your muscles grow, that's not a bad thing. Okay? All right, but if you want to train power and you want to train strength, you want high intensity, low volume. Okay? That's a fancy way of saying higher weight, lower reps. Okay? So when we're in our strength phase, okay, we never do more than 3 reps. Okay? All right, so based on their 1 rep maxes, okay, we usually do 3 sets of everything. Okay, based on their 1 rep max, we do 80%, 85%, and 90% of their 1 rep max. They get all 3 reps at 90%. Next time we move up 5 or 10 pounds. Okay? All right, that's going to build the foundation for strength. Okay? Your 8 to 10s, okay, there's a place for them. Okay? Now is actually the time for you to do that stuff. Okay? But when you go into a strength phase, okay, you want to work strength, okay? It's high intensity, low volume. All right, okay, I know I'm boring you a little bit, but I'm going to give you a basic anatomy lesson right now. Okay? All right, your body, skeletal muscle system, okay? Made of bones, okay? Bones. Ligaments, okay? Anyone know what ligaments do?
Attach muscle to the bone.
Okay? Ligaments are bone to bone, okay? All right, you're thinking tendons, right? Yep. Okay, so ligaments attach bone to bone, okay? Tendons attach your muscles to your bone, okay? Your tendons, okay? If you want to be a great basketball player, okay, meaning you're able to jump high, move fast, you want your tendons really, really tight, okay, where they connect to the bone, okay? You also want your muscle fibers dense, all right? So from a microscopic level here, okay, your muscles look like this, okay? When your muscles contract, they slide. Okay, that's how they contract. All right, when those muscle fibers are denser, okay, that energy that's produced by that muscle to the bone, okay, that energy gets dispersed. Okay, the bigger the muscle fiber, the more it gets dispersed. Okay, the best way I can think of analogy for this, okay, think about jumping into a pool. Okay, all right, when you jump into a pool, you do a belly flop. Okay, how's that feel? It's not good, right? Okay, because the water doesn't have time to disperse, right? So when your muscle fibers are small, okay, it doesn't have that area to disperse. So if you're making all those movements, those fast, twitchy movements, okay, and your muscles don't give it that time, the energy time to disperse, okay, that's when pulls happen, strains happen, tears happen, okay? All right, when your muscle fibers are denser, you got more surface area. Now, it's like you're stepping into the pool on a stair, right? What happens? That water disperses, okay, and you don't feel a thing. All right, does that make sense? Okay? All right, so that was so you guys know who Bruce Lee is? Bruce Lee, you know his mantra? Be water. His mantra is be water, okay, meaning be flexible, okay? All right, so that's the last thing that makes up your body, by the way. Okay, anyone know how much water makes up your body? Yeah, about 75 to 80%. Yep, 75 to 80%. All right. Okay, so what can strength training do for you? Okay, that's why we're here. Okay, we're here to learn, right? Okay, all right, consistent strength training. Okay, all right, what it can do for you? All right, it increases bone density. Okay, that means thickness. All right, your bone doesn't look like a sponge. Okay, your bones are solid. Okay, increased tendon health and tightness. That's what I just talked about, right? All right, increasing myofibrillar density. So a myofibril, that's a muscle cell. Okay, consistent strength training, okay, directly related to myofibrillar density. Okay, making them more dense, more surface area. Okay, you become faster, you become more explosive, you become a better athlete, and you become less likely to get hurt. Okay, over in a 5-year period at Bradley Bourbonnais, this is a study that we did. Okay, in a 5-year period, okay, people that were in our program were 2/3 less likely to be injured during the season. Okay, so 67%. All right. Okay, we also found that the people there was less than 10 injuries inside the weight room. Okay, all right, and then we also found that 1/3 of them, 33%, were less likely to get re-injured. Okay, if they continued with ABT after they got injured. Okay, so those are just a couple things that strength training can do for you. Okay, all right, big question. Here's a question for you guys. How many of you like to train? Raise your hands. Okay, if you like to. You don't have to. I'm not saying you have to like it. Okay, all right. If you don't like it, that's okay. Okay, I was telling Coach about a book I was reading by Tim Grover. Tim Grover was a trainer for Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade. Okay? He classified kind of their mindsets. Okay? And basically what Michael Jordan did not like training. Kobe Bryant did not like training. Okay? Now I'm talking about strength training, not basketball. Obviously they love basketball, right? Okay? But in their mindset, it was something that was necessary for them to get to the level they wanted to be at. Okay? All right? It was one of those things, check the box, done, finished, next. Okay? All right, I encourage you guys to read that book, by the way. Relentless by Tim Grover. Okay? Great book. Okay? Great basketball book if you guys are readers. All right? But how much should you train? Okay? The minimal effective dose. Okay? Minimal effective dose. 3 to 4 strength training, resistance training sessions per week. Okay? 3 to 4. Okay? You think about that. Okay? If your training session is an hour, that's 3 hours out of your week. All right? That's not a lot. Right? Okay? So 3 to 4 times a week. When you train, you want to train multiple movement patterns. Okay? We're going to go over a couple movement patterns when we go into the weight room here in a little bit. All right? Your sessions should consist of a warm-up. Don't skip the warm-up. Okay? The warm-up primes you, okay, for the actual training session. Okay? So don't just go into the weight room, do a set of curls, and be like, okay, I'm good to go. Okay? All right? So it's just warm-up, training session, and cool down. Okay? All right, the cool down, the recovery part of it, okay, that's almost as important, if not more important, than the actual training itself. Okay, same thing when you get done with practice. Okay, you guys stretch when you get done with practice? Sometimes. Okay, all right, flexibility is really, really important. Okay, range of motion, really, really important. Okay, things that you need, and sometimes, we don't have time as coaches to get it in. Okay, you have to do that stuff on your own. But bottom line is, guys, the biggest metric, or the thing that I measure, okay, to see if our kids are improving, is consistency. Are they showing up? Are they doing the work? Okay, if they are, they're getting better. Like, that's what our data shows. I'm not just saying that, okay, that's what our data shows. The kids that show up at least 80% of the time, okay, optimize their injury mitigation. Kids that show up 90% of the time, optimize their performance. So consistency is the key, okay? Big misconception with strength training in basketball. Okay, if I strength train, it's going to throw off my shot. Okay, I feel sore. Well, if you go in and train 1 day a week, okay, yeah, you're gonna be sore every time that you go in, all right, because your body's not adapting. Okay, if you go in 3 times a week, okay, at a cellular level, your body starts to adapt. Okay, so this is as hard as you can train, and this is the best you can play. Okay, as this goes up, what do you think happens here? It goes up. Okay, I know it's so simple, it's hard, right? Okay, all right, so consistency is the key. All right, so how we set it up, okay, for the warm-up, okay, we prepare the central nervous system. Central nervous system controls your entire body, okay, that's your brain and your nerves, okay? So prepare the CNS, okay, and then we work on movement mobility. We focus on hip flexors, okay? That's just something that we do, okay? It's different everywhere you go. All right, we do the most taxing movement first, okay? That doesn't mean you're going to be dog-tired when you're done, okay? That's from a central nervous system standpoint, okay? So the most taxing movements are going to be your power movements, okay? So what we do first, we do our Olympic lifts first. We do clean, we do snatch, we do jumps, okay? That's what we'll do first, okay? After that, we go into our ground-based lifts, or your core lifts. Those are lifts that you all know, bench, squat, deadlift, okay? But we'll do different variations. Okay, just because we're squat doesn't mean I have to put a bar on my back. I can have it in front, I can have my arms out front, I can use dumbbells, I can be split, I can have my back foot up. All of that is a movement pattern. All of that is a squat. Okay, so it doesn't just have to be with a bar on your back. Okay, and the last one we'll do, we do an accessory lift. Usually it's the opposite of what we worked in our second set. Okay, so we'll do, if we're working squat that day, usually our accessory lifts, we'll do like a dumbbell incline press, okay, with chin-ups, okay, for a pull. So if we're working lower body in that second set, okay, we work our upper body in that last set, okay? So it's about 6 movements, guys, that's all we do, okay? 6 movements, 3 sets each, okay? All right, okay, I do have a little workout plan for you guys. If you guys, I don't see some of you got slides on, you guys got tennis shoes or no? Okay, if you got tennis shoes, you can put them on. Okay, we'll go next door, guys. Okay, I'll take you through a couple things. All right?
Are we coming back in here?
Yeah, we'll come back in here. Yeah, we should have time for it. Come in, okay, we always have a little competition, okay? All right, so we come into the weight room, and our guys come in. Okay, right now I want you to partner up. Okay, get 2 lines. Okay, partner up here, go back to back. Okay, go back to back. Quick here, quick. Let's go. Guys, come out here. Okay, if you're participating, guys, come out. Okay, I'll get out of the way. Okay, we got plenty of space. All right, here we go. Back to back. We got back to back. Okay.
I can play tomorrow.
All right. Hey, this is called 3, 2, 1. Don't crack. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1. Turn. When I turn, okay, you have got to maintain eye contact. You can't break eye contact. Okay. The first person to laugh, smile, giggle, talk loses. Okay. All right. If you break eye contact, you lose. All right. Losers got 2 push-ups. Make sense? Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, turn. Lou's got 2 push-ups. Lou's got 2 push-ups. Knock him out. Knock him out.
I think we tied.
Wait, you have to. Wait, what about smiling?
Smile, yeah, you lose. Smile, you lose. Smile, you lose.
I was about to.
I don't know why. We both just kind of, you're right.
That's a smile.
Marquise, you smile.
That person blank loses. There you go. Good job, guys. All right. Okay, try to spread out here, guys. Okay, move those barbells, guys. Move those barbells.
Yeah, sorry, you still do what he's gonna do, you don't need a partner. Okay? Yeah, you go with it, just don't, you can't lift, that's all. Put your water bottle down, just go with Brandon right now. You won't be using any weights, you can
All
jump
right, guys, hey,
in.
let's stay in 2 lines here. Okay, try to spread out as much as you can. Okay? Just stay in 2 lines. So face your partner just like you were. Okay, just stay spread out here so we got a little bit of room. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, okay, all right, so we're going to go through a little warm-up. So we're going to warm up the CNS, okay, get the blood flowing a little bit, okay, just with our space. You can come over here, okay, that way we got space. Okay, so with our space, guys, okay, what we're going to do, we're just going to do 10 verticals, okay, it's 10 verticals. If you're jumping up as high as you can, 10 times, okay, 10 times, all right, here we go. Here we go, 10 on you, 10 on you, here we go. job, good job. Okay, next one. Okay, we're gonna do a hip flexor complex. Okay, so we'll be on all fours here. Okay, first one, you're gonna keep your knee at 90. Okay, you need to keep the knee at 90, driving the back of the foot up to the ceiling as high as you can. You're gonna do that for 5. And you're gonna go out to the side, fire hydrants for 5, and you're coming back and around for 5. Okay, you do that both legs. Both legs. Okay, here we go. We're underneath here, guys, underneath. Alright guys, we got that, go ahead and pop up. Okay, so typically after that what we do is we go through our Olympic lift complex, okay, just for space, okay, right now. Alright, we're just going to work on some jumps first. Okay, so that's the most taxing thing on the central nervous system. Okay, so in order to jump, you got to be able to land. Okay, alright, so we're going to work something called snap down. Okay, snap down. All you're going to do is you reach up as high as you can. Okay, come up on your toes. Okay, when I say go, all you're going to do is snap down, snap your thumbs back behind your hips. Okay, your knees should be over your toes, shoulders over your knees and toes. Okay, so we're going to do 2 snap downs, then we're going to add in a vertical. Okay, so it's going to be snap down, vertical, snap down. Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, reach up as high as you can. Go! That's it, good, reset it, reset it. Here we go, reaching high, reaching high, reaching high. Go! Good, good. Okay, now we're going to add in a jump. Okay, we're going to add in a jump. Okay, what we're looking for in jumps, okay, triple extension happens in jumps. Okay, those of you know what a clean is. Okay, you're looking for triple extension. Okay, so that's extension of your ankle, extension of your knee, extension of your hip. Okay, when you jump, all 3 happen at the same time. That's that explosive movement. Okay, when you do a clean, that's exactly what happened. Okay, a clean is a weighted jump, guys. That's a clean. Okay, all right, now we're just working jumps. Okay, no weight. All right, so it's going to be here. Okay, I'm going to say snap down, go. Okay, when you jump, as soon as you land, you're snapping back down to that landing. Sound good? Okay, here we go. Reaching high, reaching high, reaching high. Snap down, go. Good. Here we go. Here we go. Reset it, reset it. Snap down, go. That's it, that's it. Good. Go dunk it, go dunk it. Here we go. Reaching high, reaching high. Snap down, go! Good job, make sure we're snapping down that landing, guys, okay? All right, when you come down in a game, okay, you go up for a dunk, you go up for a rebound, okay? If you land straight-legged, okay, that's when things happen, okay? Bad things happen, all right? Okay, so that was a set of 3, okay? Some of you sound gassed already. You guys tired? Okay, that's good. All right, next thing we work on, guys, we work on something called ankle stiffness, okay? So we want to make sure our ankles are stiff so we can get off the ground quick, okay? These are called pogo jumps, okay? All right, so we just did a set of 3. Okay, our next set so this is a set within a set. It's called a superset. Okay, these are called pogo jumps. Okay, for pogos, okay, you're going to stand with your hands on your hips. All right, you're going to jump up as high as you can. You're going to come off the ground as fast as you can. Okay, you're going to keep your knees locked. Okay, when you jump up, you want to pull your toes up. Okay, I don't want to kick forward. I just want to pull my toes up. Okay, so all we're doing is this. We're going to do 10 of these. Okay, coming up. Off the ground as high as you can and as fast as you can. Okay? Alright, notice I'm not coming all the way down like I'm doing a vertical. Alright? Okay? Alright, somebody do guys, okay? Alright, at VBD, when I say yeah, yeah, you say yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah? Yeah. Alright, here we go. 10 pogos. Ready? Go. Knees locked. Pull your toes up. That's all you're doing. Pull your toes up. Stand in a straight line.
Knees locked, Nate.
Stand in a straight line. Knees locked. Up, up, up. Alright, pogo jumps, okay? So, it makes you guys know what a pogo stick is, right? Yeah. Okay? Alright, that's what we should look like. Okay? Alright, so when you you come down in the game, okay, you grab a rebound, you get off the ground fast, okay, go put the ball back. Alright? Okay, here we go. Okay, next set of snap down verticals. Okay, we're going back to snap down verticals. Okay? Alright, here we go. Reaching up high. Snap down. Go! Snap back down. Good. Here we go. Reset it. Reaching up high. Snap down. Go! Good. Reset it. Here we go. Last one. Okay, last rep, best rep here. Reach up high. Snap down. Go! Good job, good job. 10 pogos, here we go. 10 pogos, right away, right away. Hands on hips, high as you can. High as you can, fast feet on the ground. Good, pull the toes up, try not to pike. Good. Okay. Alright, how we doing, fellas? Good. Okay, you're doing alright, that's not too bad, right? Okay, alright, so an example of that, guys, normally we do cleans. Okay, we do cleans while one partner's doing cleans, the other partner's doing pogos, and we switch that. Okay, that's how we set it up. Alright? Okay, so we just got some jump training in. Okay, we're going to do 2 sets everything today, guys. Okay, I'm going to keep it real simple for you. Alright, next one, guys. We're going to do split squat. Okay, isos. Okay, isometrics are holds. Okay, there's nothing better for tendon health, okay, for your tendons to be tight, okay, and for muscle density, okay, than iso holds. Okay, also, okay, when we're doing these things, guys, think about movements in your sport. Okay, so how this works. Okay, in split squat, my back heel is up. Okay, back heel's going to be up. Okay, I want to show my logo. Okay, all I'm doing is sinking my hips down. I'm getting my knee to 90 degrees. Okay, we're going to hold this for 5. Then we're coming up. Okay, back down, hold it for 5. Okay, all right, now think about this, guys. Okay, when you rip through on a drive. Okay, rip through on a drive here, where do you end up? In the split spot. Does that make sense? Okay, so I want to get you strong in this position. All right, okay, so let's go right foot out. Okay, left foot back. Okay, left heel up. Okay, here we go. Start up, start up. Okay, we'll do these together. Okay, we go down and up. Okay, we get to up. You guys are going to count it off. Yeah, yeah? Yeah. Okay, yeah? Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Ready? Down. Try to keep that front foot on the floor. Yep, whole foot on the floor. Up. What number? 1. Here we go. Ready? Down. Whole foot on the floor. Show your logo. Pinch your shoulder blades together. Up. 2. Down. Up. 3. Good. Down. Up. 4. Good. Last one. Down. Up. 5. Good. Switch your legs. Switch your legs. Here we go. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. Down. Whole foot on the ground. Whole foot on the ground. Up. 1. Good. Down. Up. 2. Good. Down. Up. 3. Good. Down. Up. 4. Good. Last one here. Down. Up. 5. Good. Okay. These ones are going to be a little bit more difficult, but that's okay. Okay. All right. These next ones. Okay. These are called RDLs. Okay. Romanian deadlifts. All right. We're going to do single leg Romanian deadlifts. Okay. I'm going to show you how to do it. All right. Okay. Any golfers in the room? I know I got one. Right. Okay. All right. When you go to pick a ball up, okay, after you make a putt, you go to pick a ball up, okay, out of the hole. Okay. That's an RDL. Okay. That's a single leg RDL. All right. So. Okay, you're going to start the first movement here. You're going to kick your heel back. Okay, kick your heel back. When your heel goes back, okay, you've got to change from your heel to your shoulder. Okay, all right. When that heel goes back, then my shoulders can come down. Okay, I want to get a nice flat back here. Okay, I got a slight bend right here. I want my hands, okay, just over my toe. All right. Okay, so we're coming down. This back foot should be pointed down. Okay, and we're coming up quick. Okay, so we're just going down here and up. Okay, we're going to do 5 on the right. 5 on the left. Okay, you guys do this on your own. Sound good? Yeah, yeah? Yeah. Ready? Go. Good, just like that. Okay, we got 5 on each leg, guys. Try to keep that front leg. That front leg should not continue to bend. Okay, keep that front leg straight. Okay, keep that front leg. You should feel a good stretch right now on your hamstring. Okay, of the foot that's down. heel high, get that heel high. Your shoulders can't come down until your heel comes up. Yeah, guys. All right, Coach, because of time, I'm gonna bring it back in.
What's that?
Just because of time, I'm gonna bring it back in so we can wrap it up.
Whenever you wanna do it.
All right. So hey guys, okay, in a regular workout, our workouts, guys, are those 6 movements, okay, 3 sets each. All right, it takes a half an hour. Okay, literally a half an hour. Okay, you get everything that you need. Okay, so I'll tell you what the other movements I had planned for you guys, but we didn't want to do. We would have done 1 more set of split isos, 1 more set of RDLs. Okay, then we would have had descending push-ups. Okay, everyone wants to jump straight to bench press. Okay, but we got guys in our school too. Okay, that really want to bench press. When can I bench? When can I bench? Okay, if you can't do 20 push-ups, I don't let my guys bench. Okay, you gotta be able to do 20 push-ups before you can bench. All right, it's a movement pattern, guys. Okay, we're not married to any lifts. Okay, all right, a bench press and a push-up is the same thing. If you can't push yourself up 20 times, okay, you got no business with a barbell in your hand. That's just my philosophy. Okay, all right, and then I would have also paired that with chin-ups. Okay, so we have our push, okay, and our pull. Does that make sense? Anytime you do a push, you want to do a pull. You want to be too strong in the front, okay, and weak in the back. Okay, that's when other injuries happen as well. All right, okay. Hey, thanks for playing along here, guys. We're going to wrap up in there. Okay, I'm going to talk about 5 more minutes, and I'll take any questions you guys have. Either if you got any questions on supplements, exercises, other movements, change of direction, speed stuff. Okay, please ask me. All right. Okay, so let's head back
Hey,
to
Coach, I have
the
a quick question on pull-ups.
Yeah.
Is there a measurement that what they should be able to do as far as the pull-up? Because
I
everybody's
got my
got
standards in there.
Okay.
I'll show you the standards when we get in there.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, let's head back to driver's ed, guys. Thanks for playing along. Oh, no, Well, I have some stuff if you guys want to look when I'm done talking. These are what we use. There's about 70 years worth of research into these sheets right here. These are our strength standards that we use for our students. Okay, so basically these strength standards are based on body weight. All right, so you find the closest thing to your body weight. Okay, and these columns here are your training age, not your chronological age, your training age. Okay, so if you've never trained before, okay, your training age is 0. Okay, if you've trained for about 6 months, okay, to a year, your training age is 1, 2, 3, so on. Okay, so this is the standards that we use for them. If you guys are interested, I can talk more about it. Okay, like I said, I love this stuff. I geek out on this stuff, but that's for you guys to look at too. And Coach, to answer your question, average for chin-ups, okay, is 6 to 8.
Go like this, right?
Yeah, chin-ups. Yeah, chin-ups. Your palm you're facing here. Above average is 9 to 13. Anything above 13 is excellent. So in our strength standards. So, all right. So I know I talked about a lot of stuff here. Okay. One thing I want to really hit on, guys, is if you're doing all this stuff, okay, you're playing basketball, how many of you guys are multi-sport guys? Raise your hand. Awesome. Love that. Okay, I was a multi-sport guy too. Okay, we highly encourage multi-sport athletes at Bradley. Okay, all right, but you guys have so many demands on your body that you need to make sure you're fueling your body too. Okay, all right, and athletes need carbohydrates. Okay, all right, carbohydrates get a bad rep. Okay, you got all these low-carb diets, right? Okay, low carb, no carb. Okay, you guys need carbs. Okay, carbs is your body's first fuel source. Okay, your body wants to use carbs. It wants to burn carbs. All right. So if you look at the slide here after optimize, it says calories. Okay. This is according to a registered dietitian. Okay. If you guys want meal plans, you need to look up a registered dietitian. If anyone gives you a meal plan, like built-out meal plan, they're not a registered dietitian. They call themselves a nutritionist. Okay. You guys are all nutritionists right now. Okay. You guys don't need a degree. You don't need anything, okay, to call yourself a nutritionist. All right, but a registered dietitian goes to school for more than 4 years and studies nutrition, can study meal plans. Okay, so I got this from a registered dietitian out in Texas for teen athlete needs. Okay, you guys should be eating about 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day. Okay, All right, so based on the needs that you have as an athlete, okay, if you're multi-sport, you need more. All right, so she said with her athletes, okay, she typically sees athletes that need about 6,500 calories a day. Okay, you guys know Michael Phelps, right?
Yeah.
Okay, when Michael Phelps was training for the Olympics, he was at 10 to 12,000 calories a day.
Damn.
Okay, and he looks like that. Okay, now he trained 3 times a day too. Okay, all right. So, okay, I have some guidelines for you. That's all I can give you. Okay, so guidelines: protein. Okay, about 1.2 to 2.0 grams per kilogram. Okay, everything is studied in Europe. We're the only one that doesn't use that system. Okay, so you have to 2.2. Okay, so basically 2.2 pounds per kilogram. So you got to do a little bit of math. So it's a little bit less than 1. Okay, so it's about 0.6. Okay, to 0.8 grams of protein per pound per day is what you should be getting. Okay, if you want to optimize your performance. All right, if you guys want to look good, okay, you want the aesthetic, okay, that's nutrition. That's nutrition. Okay, you know that old adage, abs are made in the kitchen. Okay, all right, that's a real thing. All right, so now if you strength train, you're going to see changes. Okay, if you do it consistently, you see changes. If you really want to see changes, okay, you really got to hone in your nutrition. Your carbs should be 45 to 65% of your calories per day. Okay, so think about it, your plate. Okay, your plate should be half carbohydrates. Okay, carbohydrates are grains, rice, I'm trying to think what else. What's that? Yeah, so potatoes, starchy vegetables, yep, things like that. All right, it should be half, yeah, pasta, yep. All right, and if you really want to optimize it, it should be whole grain, 100% whole grain. Okay, everything else is enriched. Okay, all right, it's not as good for you as whole grain. All right, high quality protein. Okay, after you get done training, okay, you want to make sure you get protein in your body. Okay, protein and carbs. All right, okay, you want high quality protein. All right, so the protein that you want, food is best. If you do a protein shake, awesome. Okay, however you can get it. All right, but I always tell my guys, we have a sign on our wall that says Boilermaker Power Hour. Okay, an hour after you train, you should be getting protein in your body. That's grilled chicken, peanut butter, almonds. Okay, any type of meat, really. Okay, all right. What's that? Pistachios. Yep, meat, nuts. Now, thing with nuts like peanut butter and stuff, those aren't complete protein. So you just got to get a variety of those. So if you do pistachios, do cashews too. Okay, or almonds. All right. So, but you want high quality protein. I do got a list for you too. I know it's hard to read. Okay. If you're having a hard time measuring, I know it says everything like 3 ounces. Use your hands. Okay. All right. So for your carbs, okay, you want 2 cupped hands worth of carbs. Okay. For your protein, 2 fists. Okay. That's how much protein you should be getting. This is per meal. Okay. And then for fats, it's your thumbs. Okay. So that's fats would be like avocados, oils, olive oil, things like that. Okay, just to optimize things, okay, so you can use your hands for that. Okay, it's easy measure. All right? I talked about carbs. Okay, I do want to talk about sleep and hydration before I leave. Okay, sleep. Okay, sleep is better for muscle growth than steroids. Okay, all right, sleep gets way overlooked. How many of you got over 8 hours of sleep last night? Well done. Good job.
No shot.
That's good.
No shot. Ain't no way.
All right. So, okay, the optimal amount of hours for teens, okay, is 9 or more. Okay, for teens is 9 or more. Okay, all right. So that's what you should be getting. Okay, you can see I have lack of sleep correlates more injuries, more stress. You release a hormone called cortisol, okay, which adds stress. Loss of concentration, loss of motor skills, and that's from the Gatorade Institute in Bradenton, Florida. That's where I got that information. So, guys, get your sleep. Okay. All right. Like I said, it's not all strength training. And last one, hydration. Okay. This is the best analogy I can come up with. When you're properly hydrated, okay, your muscles look like a big juicy steak. Okay. They're red. Okay. They're rich in oxygen. They're ready to go. When you're dehydrated, your body or your muscles look like beef jerky. Okay, really easy to snap, really easy to pop. Okay, all right. How much should you be getting? Half your body weight in ounces. Okay, all right. So, like I weigh 210 pounds. I should be drinking 105 ounces of water per day. It's a lot. Yep. Okay. So, when you wake up in the morning, drink a bottle of water. Okay. After competition, okay, guys, you should weigh yourself before and after competition or training. okay? All right, however, basically you should be drinking 16 ounces per pound lost, okay, in competition or training,
How many ounces are in a gallon?
okay? 128. Yeah, 128 a gallon. Yep. All right, your muscles need oxygen. There's water, there's oxygen in water. Okay, so hydrate, especially in the summer months too. All right, so again, I want to make sure we got some strength training stuff in, but I also want to make sure I educate you guys a little bit on nutrition, on sleep, and hydration. All right? All right, I mean, I'm going to review this real quick, but basically, guys, consistent strength training, optimize performance, mitigate injuries. Okay, consistent being the key word there. Consistent's the key word. Train movement over muscle groups. All right? Okay, so if you're training on your own, okay, don't have a back and by day. Okay, hinge, push, pull, jump, twist. Okay, those are the things you should be training. All right, if you want optimal performance, you got to take a holistic approach. All right, so that's hydration, sleep, recovery, okay, training, all right, all of it. I know it's a lot. All right, and last thing I got, take care of your body because it's the only one you got. Okay, so that's all I got for you guys. If you guys have any questions, right now off the top of your head? Yeah.
What are some good stretches?
Stretches for what?
Upper body.
Upper body stretches?
Arms,
Like
shoulders.
shoulders, arms. You can find a door or a wall or a bench. Okay? Just come here. Like you want a shoulder stretch. I mean, that gets shoulders. I mean, what else you got? Like we want your back, shoulders,
Yeah, upper back.
like upper back.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, one of the best things you do is a dead hang. So literally just hang off like a chin-up bar. Get your feet off the floor. Hold that. That's going to elongate you. Okay, that's going to stretch out that. Are you talking like rotator cuff stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Baseball? Right? Football stuff? Gotcha.
We've got a solid weight training program here. Yeah, and Coach, he's seen what we do, so he knows we're doing the core lifts here.
Yes, yeah, I got
Okay,
it.
and all our athletes can lift in PE class during the school year, so they have that option to do that. And what I get out of what you're saying now is, what we're doing is awesome.
Yes.
But we also need to stress movement.
Yeah.
And all that movement stuff you guys just did will make you a better athlete. And so we gotta do both, you know, and that's the biggest thing I got out of what he just shared today with you guys. You have a Division I basketball player that you had in the weight room. You showed a couple things. Owen Freeman is
you guys
going
know
to-
Owen Freeman?
He's going to
Owen Freeman's
Iowa.
going to Iowa. He transferred out. He's going to Moline High School next year. But he was with us for the last 3 years, and I got a chance to get him in the weight room as a sophomore. When he started, he was as a junior. So he was coming as a junior. So when he started, we do cleans. Okay, his estimated 1 rep max for clean was 150 pounds in August. When we ended this junior year, this cycle of 9 months, his estimated 1 rep max for clean was 230 pounds. So once you get the movement down, guys, especially if you're new to training, okay? Once you get the movement, especially if you're new, you're going to see your numbers skyrocket from the start, okay? All right, but the movement has to be first, okay? We've had a number of Division I coaches come in our gym, watch him play, okay? And the biggest takeaway that he told me is when they watched him in July, and then when they watched him again in February, they said, we can tell you've been in the weight room, you're moving so much better, okay? You're not letting people move you off the block, okay? And these are coming from Brad Underwood, head coach of Illinois, Tom Izzo, head coach of Michigan State. Those things he ended up committing to Iowa, which is Fran McCaffrey in Iowa. So that was a proud moment for me. Just hearing that from the coaches. So there's a lot to it, but at its core, it's simple. At its core, it's simple. So you don't have to overcomplicate things. Okay, and from the stuff that you're doing, the stuff that your coach sent me that you guys do here, okay, it's not complicated. It's good stuff. Okay, as long as you stay consistent with it. Okay, and to your point about movement, some days we'll have some of my athletes back squatting. If they're not getting down to parallel, the rep doesn't count. Okay, if they're having a hard time getting to parallel throughout the session, we make them go to front squat. Same movement pattern. Okay, it's just different where the weight's loaded. But this forces you to sit back more and forces you to sit down more. Okay, because I want to make sure they have full range of motion. and that's within a training session. So, we're not married to any movements, okay? I'm not, hey, you have to back squat, no, you can front squat, you can split squat, there's so many different variations of things.
He also had mentioned to me that a lot of kids lift weights at home,
Yeah,
and, your thoughts on that?
yeah, we kinda talked about it here, so when you guys lift weights, okay, you said most of your sets are 8 to 10s.
I found my kids I've got a weight set at home, so I don't need to lift at school.
Oh, no, yeah.
You had some
So
thoughts
that's-
on that?
Right, yeah, so I mean, you got your weight set at home, a lot of times what you guys work on is the show muscles, right? Okay, what are the show muscles? Biceps, core,
chest.
okay, yeah, chest, core, okay? Alright, not a lot of legs, right? Okay, what's your demands in your sport?
Legs.
A lot of legs, right? Okay, alright, so I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing extra. And if you're one of those, like I said, I was a high school guy once too. I used to go to the gym after my training session and I would do bis and tris. Okay, Fridays I did bis, tris, and abs. I called it a party pump. Okay, so, alright, that's just what I did. And there's nothing wrong with that, but if you're not training the movement patterns that you see in basketball, you're not gonna get as much out of it. That makes sense.
So you guys, next fall, first 3 days of school, if you're not signing up for AT, to lift weights with Coach Tully in PE class, you have 3 days to get that changed. Okay, and I would challenge you to do that, because what we do here and what coaches shared with you, that's what's gonna be a difference maker, okay? Plus what you do in the summer between now and the start of school, obviously. That's the only comments I had, but I don't have, you guys got some questions, anybody
Yeah,
else?
if you guys got questions, where'd that marker go? There's a marker in here.
What do you think of creatine?
Creatine, I was hoping someone would ask that question. I really was, okay? Now, okay, I was in my senior year of high school in 2007, okay? So, a long time ago. Alright, but it was kind of the same connotation with creatine. It was like, oh man, hey, creatine's, it's like steroids, right? It's gonna, you really gotta drink water. Okay, the amount of research that had come out about creatine, okay, creatine is not bad. Okay, I would actually encourage, okay, if I could encourage, okay, if you're gonna take a supplement, okay, creatine is something that actually can help athletes. Now, if you're being dumb about it, okay, and you're taking way more than prescribed, okay, then yeah, but that's with anything. So, but the creatine scoops, it's 5 grams, right? Okay, if you take 5 grams before a workout or after a workout consistently, okay, the research has shown, okay, it helps with fatigue, okay, meaning you don't get tired as fast. It also helps you stay more explosive longer, okay? So, I mean, there's things when you take it, do you need to hydrate a little bit more? Yes. Your body actually makes creatine. So your body makes it naturally, okay, but creatine monohydrate, okay, that, as far as supplements go, okay, I'm an advocate for it. But, you should do your own research on it. But personally, I take it personally. So, I was hoping someone would ask that. Okay. Any other questions? I'm gonna write my email address up here, guys. Okay, if you guys ever have questions, okay, or like you said, you stretches or movements or anything, this is my email. If you wanna write that down or put it in your phone, email me anytime, okay? I'm always checking my email. Like I said, I love talking about stuff. I love educating people on this stuff. So if you guys ever have questions or, you think of something later, shoot me an email. Or go through your coach. I'll be happy to answer any questions you got.
I'll put it on a remind to them also, so
Okay.
they'll have access to that.
Perfect.